took like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you a funny message before I get ready to go lay down and go mind my business, okay? Now I was sitting here thinking, right, and I had realized, and it was just like, it be people always swearing up and down that they be knowing, oh, who's the best pick for somebody? Oh, that person's no good for you, and that's not that person don't portray a good man or a good woman and all this other stuff, right? But you ever notice at the same time these be the same dang on people that be swearing them down that they know what a good man or a good woman is, and they ain't never been around a good man or a good woman. First of all, and especially when it comes to like certain situations, especially with people that's around my age, like in their 30s and 40s and stuff like that, right? And you get in situations where um, men and women, and then like, if you're in your 30s and 40s, right? And I'll give y'all, y'all too also have friends, right? For us, you have situations where you know where you came from, you know what you went through. And of course, most of us that's in our 20s, 30s, and 40s, we going to therapy. We getting the help that we need. You know what I'm saying? We're not staying silent. We're not sweeping shit up under the rug of what we used to, have to go through as kids. You know what I'm saying? When Uncle Tom and them used to be messing on the kids and stuff like that. We knew better, and that's where we got into that situation where like, we don't need to bring our kids around these type of folks, or we don't need to be over here, right? But then it be these motherfuckers up here, so about I'm gonna give about 45 and up. Be talking about, oh, that person's no good for you. You don't need to be talking to them. You don't need to be doing this. But then when you pause them and check their ass at the motherfucking door about this shit, they marriage is going to shit. The husband still cheating. They ass in here, oh, this is, it's nothing. That's what you go through in marriage. You should. No, bitch, I'm not going to be sitting there getting cheated on and disrespected. And he talking about he working overtime and he cheating on you and doing all this other bullshit to you, right? But then, not to mention, they also the same motherfuckers. When your daddy a damn alcoholic, when your mama a motherfucking crackhead, and then the audacity talking about, oh, a good man and a good woman look like this, bitch. You is not even a fucking good man or a good woman in this situation. These be the motherfuckers, especially when it comes to the fucking women. They be the same ones that be sitting there watching all this, right? And then be getting stressed out, getting the headaches and shit like that, want to take care of the parents and stuff. But one of these the same parents that when they was like, I'm talking about for these 45 and up, one of these the same motherfucking parents that was selling your ass for that crack rock, but but they forget about that shit. You forgot Grandma Rosie was the one selling your ass for the crack rock. But then have the audacity talking about, oh, you don't know what a good woman is, bitch. You ain't even been one. When you on Tom, Dick, and Harry before you even got with the one you with, and even with the one you with, he don't even want to fucking be there, and he showing you he don't want to be there by cheating on your ass. That should be the part that be getting to me. And then they be swearing up and down that they know what a good woman is and a wholesome Christian person. Baby, first of all, I couldn't even respect your motherfucking gangster and what the fuck you talking about a good Christian woman. And this is what. If your husband cheating on you, you still talking about running to the church or running to the motherfucking Bible, but still staying up, with a motherfucker that's, disobeying the whole thing what they talking about when it comes to the goddamn Bible. How the fuck you expect me to listen to what the fuck you talking about? I mean, like, seriously, you really can't those are the things to say something else about somebody else's situation, but be the last motherfucker to check themselves about what they are. Are you a good woman by sitting here without taking this disrespect? No. So who the hell is you to try to tell your son or daughter about who's good for them and who's not good for them? Because first of all, you're not good for them or their spirit. But I also notice with those same people when they do that shit, like say for instance, and I see it happens all the time, more than people really pay attention to, because all it requires you to do is just sit back and observe what the fuck they saying and how they saying it to you, right? These will be like people, and I'm talking about my group, the 20, 30, and up to 45, that if you really pay attention to the so-called parents, grandparents and stuff, and then they staying in y'all house or where you living at, right? And then say like, say if your one of the parents got married, remarried or something like that, 10 times out of 10, the parent that's gone out of the picture that don't mess with that, and say like, most of the time it's usually the father that's estranged from the family. And when the father is estranged, go ahead and start asking them parents them questions. Why did what happened between you and mommy, or what happened between you and daddy? And then they start telling their side of the story, and then on top of that, the parent, like say the estranged parent, be like, yeah, during that time I had left you some money, for you, so just in case your mom needed this, right? And then us in our 20s, 30s, and 40s, we don't be knowing that the one parent that was estranged from us left us something, right? The motherfucker that be sitting there talking about, oh, that person's no good for you, or this not good, or you should just go live your life and go be single. The only reason why they telling your ass to do that because they the one trying to stay in control of what the fuck is yours. You probably have money, you probably got property, you probably got fucking opportunities up the ass, and that motherfucker's way of trying to still have control over you because she's still mad at the parent who left. Or, he mad at your mama or some shit like that. And they trying to get their lick back, and they utilizing us in our 20s, 30s, and 40s. They utilizing us as the get back for that situation. So here you are missing out on business opportunities, or you supposed to be running the old business that your daddy or your grandfather and them had, unbeknownst to you. But oh no, I'm the one gonna get the power of attorney for this. No, that shit was actually meant for you to be fucking running it. It was actually money and properties and shit like that left to you. But unbeknownst to you, they want you to go out there living in the world. They want you to still be out here not thinking for yourself, not getting the proper help that you need. Because guess what? Back in the day, they was sitting there utilizing your ass, and you thinking you had ADHD and had all this other fucking problem. But then you pay attention as you was growing up. Was you eating right? Was they taking you out to go do exercise? Were they, promoting and pushing you to go do better things? And if the answer is to fucking no to that, just understand whoever the parent is that you're close to, that's the motherfuckers trying to control the scenario, and they okay with you wilding the fuck out. They okay with you. If you're a man, they okay with your ass going in and out of fucking jail. They okay with, the state taking up your kids and stuff. Because why? That's a form for them to have control over what the fuck is yours. Y'all got to start paying attention to that shit. And when you don't, then it also will show you too. Pay attention that if they all of a sudden, when you was growing up, they all used to have issues. And then now all of a sudden we grew up and stuff like that. All they getting close. Or you got to pay attention to how they used to behave when you was a little jit, and then how they are now. Like, okay, when shit go bad, all of a sudden they cool. It's like, so only in the bad situations when y'all come cool, that right there be the biggest red flag that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Like for me, whenever my fucking folks will do certain shit and I knew for a fucking fact they didn't get along, and then all of a sudden they click up, for me, in my situation, they only clicking up because it's some money. They'll get along and play along with situations when it come to money. Or if it's something that they can go ahead and pull a big hammy. Shit, they was even notorious as if they knew that it was a dude that they wanted, and it could be relatives, they sisters, they cousins, brothers, who the fuck ever. If they knew it was a come up, they would go as far as if they knew somebody was like abusive, was capable of hurting somebody, they will hook that friend up, that cousin up with the motherfucker that they knew would keep them out of the way so they could take the shit from the motherfuckers. It be shit like that. Or it was like with the men, they'll keep them wilding out. They didn't mind if they was beating on the women. They didn't mind if they was cheating, if they was hopping from bed to bed, because guess what? For them and them women, it was a benefit because it was like, okay, well, if this bitch ain't gonna listen, I'm gonna use him to go ahead and do this so I can get her under control, so I can take what I want from them. Like, you gotta pay attention to that. And then it goes even deeper, like when it comes to like the grandparents or the great grandparents, if they still up and stuff like that, they will utilize them. It's like, okay, well, we know Granny and them had this insurance policy, right? And some of y'all in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, unbeknownst to y'all out here be thinking, tricking off and shit like that. That's why I'm like, I will stay on the straight and narrow. But y'all out here tricking off and shit, and unbeknownst to you, you not paying attention because they could have pulled fucking insurance policies on you. So that's why I say when they okay with lying to other fucking people, they gonna be okay lying to your ass. So if you help somebody else to lie about some shit, what the fuck make you think they ain't gonna lie to you to go ahead and get what the fuck they need up out of you? That's why I don't play that type of shit. Like, I'm gonna keep a G with you shit. If I did it, I did it. If I said it, I said it. If I took it, I took it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no I'm gonna get straight to the fucking point. It's repercussions and consequences for any and everything that we fucking do. But then when you pay attention to how fucking people are moving, you'll realize like, wait a minute. So you didn't want me happy because of this? And then it's like also how you know how people always claiming that another person or this black people be just as racist as motherfucking white folks. That's why when it was like I was like, oh, Sharita back in over here dating Spanish folks again. So guess what? They gonna find any and everything that they know for a fact ain't Spanish, and they was gonna go ahead and make it they fucking due diligence. Okay, well, what this person into? Oh, they look like they a motherfucking criminal, and then they get to digging and digging and digging, and depending on how say I'm not coming around, and that I just didn't like my family. I just didn't like those folks, so I always kept my distance. But the only thing that they didn't like because they always like she secretive, she lying, she lying. They only thought I was lying because I would never fucking let them know my business because it was like anytime that I told them that I was dating somebody, it was always some shit. It was always some shit. So it was just like as soon as I knew that they found out that I was with somebody, at that moment I knew that they was looking for whatever that person's weakness was. I knew it. And I had called it like, I think we got there June 2022. I want to say like by Christmas time, and they realized like, oh, okay, well, you moved and you got your place, and they thought he was gone. But then when they realized that he wasn't gone and he had came back, at that moment I knew they was trying to dig to figure out what's his weakness, who he was into. They was trying to figure out, okay, and then once they figured out that we used to live in the same neighborhood, I used to stay in Beacon Hill, he used to stay in Wood Hill, unbeknownst to me. But I was just like, oh shit. So of course, with them knowing that, baby, my folks deal with the underworld, so with dirty movement and shit like this. So it was too easy for them to figure out like, okay, what else do they get into? And then if they know like a person been locked up, especially if they know dudes been locked up, they know dudes gonna be sneaking off, sleeping with other men, or if it's an opportunity, what I'm saying, depending on what kind of record that person had. My folks was notorious for finding that shit out. So that's why when it like certain things happen and people be like, damn, you don't get mad? What the fuck am I gonna get mad for? What is there to get mad for? Because me staying mad ain't don't do nothing but hurt me. And I ain't gonna be hurt for some shit that, hey, that was a them thing. You made that choice. You decided to cheat. As long as I knew that I was doing the right thing, shit, I don't give a fuck about what nobody do. As long as I know I'm keeping my nose clean, I keep my hands clean, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be with the shit, you're going to be with the shit, but you're going to do that with your partner, regardless of who the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no reason, like, it's plenty of people willing to lie to you every fucking day. Why would I sit there and waste my time to lie with somebody that I lay up with? And then it was just like, but then at the same time, like when I say that I seen like the most trifling shit and like growing up as a kid, I've always vowed to myself since a kid. I said, because I seen how, let's just say how treacherous a woman can go. Like a lot of shit that men see right now, that should be surface level. It be so fucking surface level. Like even as far as like when I notice that a man can be fucking easily manipulated or swayed from what somebody else could say, that allowed me to know like, hey, you not even for me, because it's like if you're with someone, you should be able to trust them wholeheartedly. Trust them until they give you a reason to not trust them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck if somebody like that person is known to lie. Okay, well they lied to you. They haven't lied to me yet. But when that moment do occur that you do lie to me, okay, you already at your strike. But what's your purpose? Like I'm going to ask you the question that they not willing to ask. What was your reason for lying? You see what I'm saying? Like, so anything can always be forgiven. I don't give a fuck if you took my life, you try to take my life, you try to take something of mine. Be honest. But also I gotta understand forgiveness is fucking for me. I'm not fit to live in a constant state of turmoil, of having headaches, being sick, can't breathe, my body hurt. Like most people be thinking that they get diseases and sicknesses based off of how they live and how they eat. No, you get that fucking sickness by every time you lying to when you lie to people, you lying to yourself. Can't nobody lie to you if you ain't lying to yourself. And then when you already align with yourself and you know who you are, and a person decide to lie to you, and you want to know who's going to get triggered, that person who's telling a lie. Because They need a reaction from you. They need some type of, they want a reaction. They don't want responses, because the response could be when you know you honest, you're just reflecting back to them to what the fuck they need to do. So most people get mad when you living in your fucking truth. They gon' they doing all of this, but you gotta remember it's some fingers pointing right the fuck back to them. What the fuck are you doing that got you so fucking triggered at the person that's speaking some fucking truth? It shouldn't fucking bother you if you speaking in your truth and you living in your truth. Ain't shit gonna fucking bother you. What you want me to say? Oh, but he got this, baby. I'll probably sit there, watch it, play with myself, or call it a motherfucking day. What the fuck you want me to do? Fucking cry? Because it's like shit, you can cry because what? Your feelings got hurt, but your feelings only get hurt when you realize that, hey, there was something done intentionally where they didn't know. Like, that's why they tell them, forgive them for what they do not know. If that person don't know no better and they know they doing it, that's a whole different ball game. But if they doing it and they know that they doing it, then that's a them thing. That's them fucking up, not you. When you know you're doing the right thing, hey, I'm not lying, I'm not stealing, I'm not creating chaos, I'm not intentionally, like, when I'm with a person, I don't give a fuck who it is. Shit, a nerd, a motherfucker that's looking geeky, that you think is the weird motherfucking kid, will be the motherfucker that I probably would give a fucking time to. You wanna know why? For what? Why would I not? The fat boy over there, he can still, are you gonna do right? Because it's like, if I'm gonna call myself being in the righteous shit, it don't mean that you're gonna be innocent. But however, most of the time people be like, damn, why you so quiet? Why you so chill? Because motherfucking if I get there and when I'm ready to fucking get there, you're gonna have a problem. You feel that you're creating a problem, but do you not realize I'm trying to keep a demon sleeping. You're intentionally trying to wake the motherfucking demon, and I'm telling you to chill the fuck out. And if I'm chill, eventually a person is gonna get fucking tired, and eventually they're gonna blow the fuck up, right? So when they fucking decide to blow the fuck up, now you sit here like, damn it, what the fuck did I do? Bitch, you woke somebody up when they just intentionally told your fuck ass to leave it the fuck alone. And then it's like, either you're gonna get the option of speak your truth, or you're gonna be the one in fucking turmoil. You're trying to create turmoil for the person who's already at fucking peace. You're in chaos because you're trying to figure out, I was trying to create chaos. I was intentionally trying to hurt their feelings. And guess whose feelings who's really fucking hurt in the end? Yours, not the other person. It's like, but why though? Because you're the one fucking up. You're the one making the lie, right? You're the one that's creating shit and you don't even know the fucking person, right? Okay, so guess who suffers the consequences at the end of the day? You. You can go out here and try to fuck up anybody's fucking reputation, but if the person is living straight and narrow and ain't really fucking doing shit, eventually the right people paying attention gonna be like, but they don't come outside. But they don't go over there and do that. Eventually the smart person gonna pay attention like, hey, that person wasn't conscious. Hey, that person don't really do that. That's why when motherfuckers be talking about, oh, she's a prostitute, you gonna have a really fucking hard time trying to prove that shit. You're gonna have a real fucking hard time. You wanna know why? Because I don't fucking really like humans. I really, like, now, I fucking hate humans. And that's why when people be like, damn, you so pretty and you don't give nobody time, I sure the fuck won't give you time. Give me a reason why would I give you time. And if I decided to give you time, it's because I wanted to. And then when you decide to fuck it over and then you get mad, like, will they ever give me a chance? Maybe, because you live in your truth. Can you be honest? And if you choose not to, all right, now you at the mercy of me. Because now at this point, you basically, when people keep creating shit, do you not realize how much fucking power you give the next person? Because now they get to see how far you willing to take that shit and how far you willing to take that shit. Now you're at the mercy of the other person because you don't get to dictate how fucking far they gonna take that shit. But also the advantage that you gave to the other person. Oh, so they willing to go ahead and create a group to do this to person, right? Oh, they willing to go ahead and lie on a person like that, right? Oh, okay. Oh, so they willing to go hang out with these type of people. Oh, okay. So they got paid lawyers and shit. Okay. So when you get ready to do shit like that, do you not understand you giving that other person an advantage to sit there, whether they choose to go in, dive all the way in, or sit there like, oh, okay, they're going to create fake pages. So if the person decide to get a bright idea, it's like, all right, I'm going to get into this page. They don't know if it's a fake page or not. All they know is that they had an agenda against this one person, right? But unbeknownst to them, that one person took that time to sit back and observe, like, okay, oh, this is what they say about me. Oh, this is how they really feel. Okay, I don't even know this person, but okay, this is what they did. Oh, they was willing to go as far with these doctors, right? So the smart person who's really strategizing a fucking plan, it ain't revenge. It's just putting these motherfuckers in their place. Like, all right, this is how far they was willing to go. So imagine it's a group of 100 people. And that one person you decided to do that shit to. And that one person said, all right, they pulled back. They watched every fucking thing that you did. Every person you paid, every hacker you paid, every doctor, every person, every community that you involved, right? All it takes is for that one fucking person to sit there and watch every single last person. And it just depends on how long these people decide to drag the shit out, right? The smart person that I would tell them to do, watch every fucking person that they got in there. And then if they call themselves want to play in hoodoo and voodoo, guess what? Now you definitely got the fucking bigger upper hand on them, right? Now, granted, if they oblivious to it, you definitely got an even bigger upper hand on them. Because guess what? All it requires them to do, they wanted to go ahead and dive into demonology. What are these motherfuckers' weaknesses? What secret that they don't want nobody to know? And guess what? Any, mini, money, mo, catch all your hoes at once. You destroy them just like that. I'm gonna hit you every fucking time where it hurts. Because guess what? I stayed with a demon my whole fucking life. My first enemy was a quote unquote mama. Oh, they got a mama wound? Perfect. I had a bitch hit below the belt my whole life. So hitting below the belt and taking a motherfucker to hell to meet Hades, to go all the way down to meet fucking Poseidon, to go to the fucking aquarium and bring your ass the fuck back to earth real quick. I'm great at it. Great at it. Seen it my whole life, had to go through it my whole fucking life. So imagine every fucking person that you bring into this situation. Oh, he a deputy. But the wife don't know that his ass is doing this. You could do it all by yourself. You just got to figure out, hey, how many people's involved? Shit, they don't know if you're going to be willing to go stake their ass out. They don't know if you're willing to go see, all right, well, this is where they live at. That's who they married to. Oh, I just saw their wife leave from over here. So most of the time, if they really good at their shit, I told you, them hoes tell. Take your ass to a hotel motel. You can always see, especially during the weekend or during particular holidays, and especially when the marriage ain't good, when marriages are shit, go to these hotel motels. Go find you 304s or back page bitches, or the ones that always be, they run their mouth too much for one. 304s run their fucking mouth too fucking much. Quick. Oh, I got all this money. I'm fit to go on this trip. I'm glad that you fucking do that shit. Thank you for the benefit. Because most of the time when they run their fucking mouth like this, and it's just like, shit, girl, like, yeah, shit, all I gotta do is act ratchet. Mind you, I ain't gotta do shit. They think I'm ratchet already. So, yeah, bitch, who got you that? Oh, I was fucking with this doctor dude. I was fucking with this lawyer. For real, girl, which one? At which law firm? They'll give up any fucking information for a little bit of fucking change. Oh, yeah, girl, I just got to pay for my room. Girl, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll pay for that room. Trust and believe me, hoes pillow talk too. So if anybody was fucking smart enough, that's all the fuck you got to do. Most of the time, they going to get the lowest of the low that they know, especially in fucking churches. Bruh, that one right there be the easiest motherfuckers to spot the hoes. It's usually the biggest holes in the fucking churches be the ones with plastic surgery. The ones with plastic surgeries that be going to church, them be the biggest motherfucking hoes. And those be the ones that be, oh girl, I just got this and I got this. Oh yeah, really? Find out if they married or single. If they single, those be the targets. Those be the motherfuckers that you just gotta be like, just watch them. Shit, if you own your shit and you got the money, hire a private investigator. It'd be some shit that you'll find out, but you'll be like, damn, they doing it like that. Yeah, they trying to get on the committee board. They trying to get on the usher board. They trying to get on, on the preacher or the pastor's good side. Those be the hoes that you gotta pay attention to. And any fucking information you really be wanting to know, child, just be the real quiet one of the fucking group. You will find any fucking thing that you want to know. That's how most of the fucking hoes be blackmailing motherfuckers from the churches. So that's why when people want to be wanting to fucking play, okay, let's play. But trust me, believe me, I'm gonna figure out your sins in secret. Like I told you, police, sheriffs, people, commissioned Senate, they're notorious for doing dominatrix. They're notorious for going to these motherfucking hotels and messing with these trannies. But like I said, if I don't know nothing about these gay motherfuckers, they run their fucking mouth too much. Gay men, especially gay men, they run their fucking mouth too much. And then a hoe that be feeling like she bigger than that baby, the bark don't have no fucking bite. Shut the fuck up. They always got to steal other people content, ideas and shit like that, but it's only because who they fucking on. It's nothing more and nothing less. Nothing more and nothing less. They don't really take care of their kids, but they'll be the one posting the kids. Oh yeah, I got my kid the new Jordans and this, but the child is fucking illiterate than a motherfucker. They can't read. They not helping the motherfucking kid to really reach nothing. But they'll make sure that they hair and stuff like that look good. The kids and shit like that. Kids be dressed up nice, but ain't treated well. They ain't heard. They talk to them fucking dirty as hell. Like when I seen baby mama talk to that child like that, I was like, child, I was like, bro, if you don't go get this kid, but then when I realized sometimes, lady, pay attention to a fucking man. If he ain't trying to get that kid, when you telling him to get that fucking kid, he don't give a fuck about them kids. Them men don't be giving a shit about them motherfucking kids. And at that point, when you sitting there telling a person about, hey, this is what you could do, or you trying to be the person to be the middleman to make sure that they can be cordial when it comes to the kid, and they choose not to, trust and believe me, you're a part of a scam. That person is scamming you. They're playing you. They playing in your motherfucking face. That is the hugest red flag. Especially if you laying up with a fucking man and he got kids and he always talking about, oh, my baby mama did this or my last ex did this, baby. That is just a fucking sob story to get into your drawers. He know you got Wi-Fi, he know you got snacks, and you probably could fucking cook because his mama and them can't fucking cook, honey. Y'all got to start paying attention to some of this shit. Some of y'all men get fucking manipulated like a motherfucker, and you thinking you coming up on a come up like, yeah, she look good to the motherfucker. Yeah, hell yeah, that bitch fine. She get some money. No, sir, she sucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry around there, sleeping with your mama, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, whoever she can fucking get her hands on. She's scamming like a motherfucker, and you was just a dummy to go ahead and fall for her okie doke. And the fact that you fell to the fact that she was cute and pretty and shit like that, and you giving her the bare minimum stuff like that, and helping her pay for the little bit of the light bill, a little bit of the fucking rent. You was just the stupid one to go ahead and fall for the trap, not knowing that, hell, when you go ahead and really get comfortable in that bitch, now it's like, damn, this bitch don't clean up. She don't pay attention to them kids. She don't cook. She don't know how to do a real job. She only doing the ideas that you bringing back from the other bitches to her. And now you sit here and thinking like, damn, I went from actually I could have got, Dooney and Burt coaching a real fucking Gucci, then you done came down to motherfucking Tamu and Shane. Child, you gotta fucking learn to do fucking better. And then it be motherfuckers thinking like, oh, well, we gather up all these people to go ahead and give this false statement and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, you got all those people to help with that false statement, but let them find out that they getting ready to face 20 to motherfucking life. Oh, they snitching on your ass. It's just a whole bunch of people. Oh, y'all did what? Y'all only gave them the bare minimum of the information, and then they realized there's some more information. Then they realized that they asked for to get locked up. Oh, trust and believe they plotting on your ass to set your ass up so they can get out of this shit. Trust and believe me, if you included hoes in your fucking situation, oh, they sitting back and watching you so they can make sure that when it's time for the police to come talk to them and they could get some type of immunity, oh, they telling on everybody in the motherfucking community. I guarantee it. God forbid that you was giving them a certain amount of money and then the money start getting low and then you start telling their ass no. Now you for to realize which one was the already a habitual liar, already a habitual snitch, already waiting to go ahead and get your ass locked up. Oh, this lawyer was already doing this. Oh, he already had this. Oh, he did this with you. Trust and believe me, it's gonna be some lawyers depending on what they doing and what they got going on. Oh, they fit to set these folks up with their husbands, wives, the kids, you name it. They plotting. God forbid when this situation goes down, I was like, shit, this shit for to be more funnier than I thought it was gonna be. But I mean, I accepted my fate for what the fuck is gonna go, but shit, the harder they come for me, the worse the fucking consequence and the karma gonna be. Because it's like, what? Yes. If it was a group of men and you had some hoes, a child, I'm telling you, somebody getting snitched on, they gonna make sure somebody get beat up, somebody gonna get money stolen from, and they gonna be quick to blame it on somebody else that you was already, kicking it with. And you like, wait a minute. Well, this person ain't even been here. They ain't been around me. So you can't keep saying it's this person, this person. But I guarantee they gonna say it's one of your friends or something like that and try to break up the friend group. And then and guarantee if it's a female doing it, she gunning for one of the friends that she feel is getting more movement or got more money or more clout. Oh, she aiming for this motherfucker so she can go ahead and get your ass out the way. So she can go ahead and get to whoever the one that had the most money in the situation or more movement or something like that. So her ass can get the fuck up out of it. 10 times out of 10, God forbid that she got pregnant in that situation. Sir, you ain't gonna be the pappy. 10 times out of 10, she may not even know who the fucking pappy is because she was fucking around trying to get information on which one she can get down first, who she can get locked up, who money she can steal first, who house could she or who car she can get. And most of the time, bitches that 304 shit, they really be liking the same sex type shit. Oh, I was just trying to put you on. I'm just looking out for you. And God forbid that you had somebody that was really good for you and they start seeing changes in you, especially with men. If y'all end up with women that sometimes y'all be like, damn, I fucked up with her. But if you think back to how you fucked up, it was always a bitch in your ear that you sat back and observed eventually during the situation. It's like, damn, that bitch was a hater because she ain't know what love was. She mad at you. Like, it be women mad at their motherfucking sons because they see their sons get loved and their son is actually giving the love that she wish she would have ever got. But God forbid she in a relationship and she see her son doing really good and they stuff is going good. She get jealous of the son because it's something that she wish she can get naturally and she ain't getting it. And God forbid she in a relationship about, oh, at least I'm married, but you're not happy. You're not getting loved correctly, but your child is doing it correctly, son or daughter. These would be motherfuckers that'll fuck up your relationships intentionally and then try to go back. Like, say you let something that was really bad for you, they will be the motherfuckers to promote, be like, you go out there and be single or go back to such and such. Wasn't they really a good person? But then when you go back and go see those old people, they probably could be strung out. Probably, they probably could be doing decent in that moment, but it's always something behind it. And you get to it and it's like, damn, the motherfucker don't clean, they don't cook, they don't take care of themselves, they don't really take care of the kids, or it be shit that you finally sit down and once you pull yourself back and observe that shit, you be like, what the fuck? Should it be points in time where I sit there and like some of the people I used to leave and shit like that, motherfuckers end up going back to some shit and get strung out on some shit. Like, motherfucker, I was trying to keep you from getting on that shit. If you tell me that, hey, I don't want to do drugs and I don't want to do this, I don't give a fuck how many fucking connects I got. No, you said you don't want to do it. I want you to make sure you stand on your shit. And especially anybody standing beside me, if you said no means no. It's no different that if I tell somebody like, hey, I'm trying to, chill out on weed, and I don't give a fuck how bad it is, but I will hope that the person will be my support to know, like, all right, they trying to kick the habit. We're going to find something else to be in a place of that, if that makes sense. And then it's no different, like, if somebody is on something, like, I still remember that as a fucking kid at 13 years old, wanting my grandma to get off that fucking crack rock. And when I say it broke my soul, when you have to sit there and watch your grandma doing the grown, the nasty on her own son just to get it. Like, I've seen the worst of the worst shit. That's why when people come to me, don't ever fucking come to me and think you gonna fucking match me, because I've seen some shit that you probably wouldn't even be prepared for. Your stomach or your brain and your thought couldn't even process it in that moment. So that's why when shit happened, I could process it right there. It is what it is. It's gonna be what the fuck it's gonna be. Shit is gonna hurt. You're gonna cry for a little bit, pick yourself the fuck up and keep going. But the only difference between me and other people, most of the time, y'all motherfuckers have support. I have nobody. And I have never had anybody in my fucking corner. No one. Because right now, in this type of situation, you got to think it's all of them against one of me. Who been in my corner? Nobody. Who helped me? Nobody. Who been supporting me? Nobody. Who showed me love? Nobody. Nobody. I did it on my own. So it ain't nobody talking about, well, yeah, they motherfucking lying. I was there. Bitch, you a motherfucking lie, hoe. Sheila ever fucking put it in her mouth to my, I was the one that had to, bitch, you was only there for the benefit because the fact that you knew it was fucking money coming in that shit. And then the moment, well, I'm tired, come get these motherfucking kids. But be the first one to brag, talking about, I wasn't supposed to have no kids. I was supposed to have somebody cooking for me, taking care of me. I get it, huh? But most of the time, the biggest fucking liars and people that deal with that always got to try to keep up with shit, they be fucking hoarders. They be hoarders. Want to keep up with everything. Also, another, response of people being involved in shit, they either super, super neat freaks, which, as you can see, when you go through certain traumas and shit, trauma responses show up in the craziest way. Either they're going to be super, super clean, or they're gonna be fucking hoarders. It's gonna go to one or two of the fucking extremes of a certain situation. So that's why when like people, learn to do that. But for me, it's just a trauma response because as a kid, I felt that in order to keep my mom happy was keeping the house clean, making sure the food was cooked and that it was good. So I didn't have to hear her fucking complain and bitch all day. So of course, learning how to cook, learning on my own, when nobody showing me this shit. So it's just like a lot of shit that you're going to start learning in life. You just got to learn to start paying attention to your fucking environment and how people move. Because it be people quick to just try to do shit and set people up and stuff like that. Most of the time it's just like, my problem was I had to understand you can't save everybody. Because some people, they don't want to be saved from the shit that they doing. They okay with it. They comfortable with it. And I used to struggle with that. It's like, you know what? What's that song? Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. And I struggle with that because it's like most of the time people used to be like, why are you so nice? Because I know what the fuck it feels like to hurt. I know fucking pain when somebody they could be putting up the biggest fucking facade. And I'd be like, let me give you a hug. And the person be like, oh, thank you. But as soon as I leave, they'd be like, I felt so much better when you left. No shit, Dick Tracy. It's just a gift. It's a talent. It's a blessing and a fucking curse. You think I wanted you to feel fucking great, and I got to feel like shit because I end up taking on what the fuck you was feeling. But I'm able to fucking handle it, and you wasn't. But hey, I'm grateful that, hey, whether the words work for you or not, whether you in my life or not, that's why I just cut shit off, take my losses, and keep fucking going. What the fuck? I mean, the longer you sit in that shit and you crying about it, it fucks you up a little bit longer. But once you come to a radical acceptance, you're going to go through the 5 stages of grief. In any fucking thing. Anything. You lost true love, you're going to go through the 5 stages of grief. You lost your money, 5 stages of grief. You lost your home, 5 stages of grief. But how fast you come to acceptance of that, no difference as if you did the 12-step program. The first thing of AA or Sex Anonymous and all that shit, it's acceptance, right? I have a drug problem. I got a drinking problem. I got a fucking problem. When you come to the acceptance of that and get out of fucking denial, you're going to be mad a little bit. You're going to get a little sad a little bit. And then you're going to be like, okay, it just is what it is. And then you're going to work through it and go through the next fucking step. How the fuck you expect to go to the next phase of your fucking life and you still sitting there lying? How the fuck you think you're going to be effective with lying? Hell no. Because for every one lie, there's going to be 100 truths. That's why you got to be careful about who you lying on. Because if a person don't mind being transparent, that's where you fucked yourself. It's a lot of people out here willing to go keep building lie on top of the lie on top of the lie. But when the avalanche hit, oh, no, bitch, you can't run once the avalanche hit, motherfucker. Unless you just get lucky and you just get into a fucking hollow hole and the shit just end up covering you smart enough to dig your way out. But depending on how deep that fucking snow hit, you don't know how fucking long it's gonna take your ass to dig the fuck out of the avalanche hole, right? So it'd be smarter fuck enough to know, hey, let's not start a fucking snowball effect and just handle this shit directly head on. Because, baby, trust and believe me, a problem will come, Rita will get the fucking running. I ain't got no time to hear it. I ain't got no time to motherfucking deal with it. 10 times out of 10, if I'm just sitting there trying to fucking ignore it, I'm just trying to keep my ass from getting fucking locked the fuck up, okay? Because the first thought is to fuck your ass up and then take the consequences. But then I got to that place, it's like, you know what? Some of these folks, they already, like I said, health condition. They fucking 1 meal away from a stroke, 1 headache away from a fucking aneurysm, 1 cigarette smoke away from a lung collapsing. So why don't give them a fucking favor and give them, a show? You know what I'm saying? They'll get themselves a stroke one day. You know what I mean? So allow them to play what it is, because guess what? At the end of the day, they only hurt themselves. You're not hurting the person who you intending to hurt. You hurt yourself in the process. That's why you shouldn't go. I'm not going to go out my way to sit there and just try to fucking hurt you. No, but I'm going to make my feelings known, because my feelings are important. I am important. Ain't shit you doing and what the fuck you talking about and what you trying to create ain't going to have no motherfucking effect on me. If anything, you hurting your motherfucking self, not me. You be expecting for people to be crying and all this other shit. The only person who crying at the end of the day is your ass that's sitting there, because it's like you triggered in a motherfucker, right? Your feelings hurt. How you know my secret? Motherfucker, if you just like booty, you like booty. What I'm gonna say? It's butt and I gotta have it. Motherfucker, if that's what the fuck you gotta have, then fucking say that. But it saves you a headache in the long run, because other than that, now at that form, when you trying to hide that shit, now you getting into manipulation. And then with you getting into manipulation, what do you think that's gonna eventually lead to? Fucking with the wrong one and that motherfucker ain't wrapped too tight. Now you losing your life. Now you fit to go Betty bye-bye, because that one woman or that one man coming in there and they not prepared, or they don't know nothing about that, or they not prepared, or they really against that. And now, okay, I had an inkling, I wasn't sure. Then they get the reassurance. Depending on what kind of person is, they probably done built up so much fucking resentment and so much anger, and they ain't got no therapy, and they done had traumas, and they getting flashbacks, and then God forbid they catch your ass in the act. Now somebody coming in, boom, 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 and it's like, shh. One person gone and this person got to go to jail, because now they sitting here, what did I do? Bitch, you just killed somebody because you rocked in the room and this person had been cheating on you for the last 22 years and you got tired of the shit. Now Jim is sitting there laying in a puddle of blood because Jim did not know how to tell fucking Kim the fucking truth. That's why you got to start, like, this is not the time for people to be playing with people's lives, playing with people's health. If you don't love someone, fucking tell their ass, bitch, I don't love you no more. What they choose to do is what they choose to do. Oh, we should, shit, you know when therapy can be useful, and you know when therapy ain't gonna be motherfucking useful. You gotta learn to motherfucking just navigate that shit. How they choose to fucking handle that, that's on them. But if you feel, hey, this person's gonna be suicidal after you deliver whatever fucking message it is that you giving to that person, guess what? 988. Here's the number to 988. Shit. If you fucking real trill about it, I'm gonna call 911 for you real quick. This is what I did. This is what I told them. They freaking out. They talking about unaliving themselves. I just want to make sure before I leave, so I'm not held accountable or responsible for whatever it is that they decide to do once I leave from this house or leave from this driveway. I just want to make sure that they safe. You said your piece. You did what you needed to do. Guess what? If they still threaten to me, I'm going to do this to me. Shit, you called the line. You told them what was going on. And guess what? For me, all I know, my conscience is free. So even if they decided to do that shit, I'm not fit to be stressed the fuck out. I'm not fit to be depressed because you took your motherfucking life. That was on them. I did the right thing regardless of what kind of message, whether how tense or how heavy it is. When you really fucking love someone, I'd rather hurt your ass with a motherfucking truth, because you can heal better with a truth better than somebody telling you a motherfucking lie. Most of the time, most people end up killing or lying on, dying because a lie. They didn't know the truth. Or somebody wanted to keep gaslighting. You only gaslight a motherfucker so long before they fucking blow the fuck up. Not everybody can get to radical acceptance because they're not there. They're not ready for that. They don't like reality. They're okay with living in a false reality. I don't live in fucking illusion. That's why it's like it's a blessing and a fucking curse that I had to grow up how I did. I fucking hated it, but guess what? I love the fuck out of it now. So anything fucking dark or heavy come my way, shit, it's like fucking, it's a cakewalk for me. But the next motherfucker, shit, they might either take your ass out or take themselves out in this type of situation. But for me, I'm just grateful because I get it. Somebody come and tell me, oh, this, okay, I get it. And I'm keep it pushing. Now, what that person do after that, 10 times out of 10, whoever fucking doing it and thought that they was hiding something, shit, most of the time they end up suicidal. So if, to me, in this situation, a win is a fucking win. I ain't got to do shit because they're going to do it themselves. The biggest part of it is at the same time, what the fuck I look like crying? Hey, they say they want to unalive themselves. Like I said, when my first husband, Louis, tried to do that shit, I'm going to unalive myself. And I remember, like, it took me a cool minute because I had got my baby and I got in the car and I was full on fucking pregnant. He said, I'm going to take myself out. I said, well, make sure you call me when you're done. And then I didn't realize until after I was sitting in the parking lot and I was feeding my baby at the time. Ayana was like maybe about 3, 4. And she was sitting there eating, like, she was happy or whatever. And then I said that, I was like, well, damn, Rita, he can't call you if he did. And then I had to call, like, I was like, is there a number I could call just in case? But it was just like, it just clicked to me for, in order for yourself to not be sitting with that heaviness, you can sit with the relief of knowing, like, shit, I call these numbers just in case so they safe. Because when you love somebody, regardless if you letting them go and you don't want to be with them, you can rest assured and your conscience is clear knowing that, hey, I still took the safe route to make sure that they were safe. And you did it out of fucking love. Now, motherfucker dropping a kind of bomb like that, like, hey, I'm gay, or I had a baby on you, or I don't like you no more, I don't want to be with you type shit. Because some people are not prepared for that. But say, for instance, you drop that, give yourself your self-assurance, your conscience assurance to know, like, hey, I did the right thing. So what they choose to do after that, I mean, it's not to say that it ain't going to hit you if they did decide to take that choice, but you can rest assured that you took the initiative to say, look, I called the suicide hotline, I called the police, I called the people to make sure that they was good. Shit, even if you felt like, hey, this person would really go through it, hey, come on, I'm calling the folks to come over here, Baker Act they ass. Rest assured what they do after that, you did your due diligence. Fuck the rest of it. You did your due diligence. Because most of the time, especially women are very notorious. I'm going to unalive myself if you leave me. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Bitch, you just going to be fucking crying. That ain't got shit to do with me because I'm leaving. Oh, ma'am, I'm fucking going to go. Okay? You feel like you're going to take yourself out. I don't give a fuck. Even when you call dispatch and they hear this conversation, shit, I'm going to have this full conversation knowing, resting assured that shit is on a recorded line. You going to take yourself out of here? You is. They trust and believe, dispatch is going to come. They're going to send whatever kind of team, depending on where you are, because we in the new era. And you did your part. Pack your shit, get the fuck on, and call it a day. Oh, they said you was gonna try to set what and do what on my life? Yeah, y'all heard that, right? It's on a quarter line. Dispatch got it. And if dispatch got rid of it, you got a record on your phone. Hey, I called 911 on this night. Because the police gonna show up one way or another. Y'all got that on recorded line, right? Okay. I'm going to carry the fuck on, knowing that I still did what the fuck I needed to do. And the fact that you came over here threatening my life because I said I didn't want to be with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't fuck with you. I don't love you no more. I want a divorce. Whatever the fuck it is that you choosing to do. At least you know you protecting yourself in the situation regardless of how the fuck it's going to pan out or play out. Be smart about your shit. But also you got to be smart about who the fuck have you been dealing with that whole time. Was the bitch a liar? Was homie a liar? Know what you dealing with. But also this is going to teach a lot of people in life experience. You can't fucking play with everybody. Sometimes it be the people where you be like, damn, they got their head on their shoulder. They do great things. Da 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 da. And it'll be just a group of people. Sometimes most people that I always realize that don't get the recognition that they deserve are the people that tend to be loners. Are the people that will intentionally, like for me, I will intentionally isolate myself. I love being in my house. Call it boring or call it what the fuck you want, but shit, at least I know I'm minding my business. And I ain't got to deal with no fucking female like, girl, don't bring shit over here to me. I will cut, like, it's been times where I cussed out fucking people. Don't bring nobody else's fucking business to me. Because if they're not here to defend themselves about something that they got going on, don't bring me shit about what the fuck they got going on. That ain't my problem. Because if they want me to know, they'll tell me. They will have you three-way me. And if it ain't a three-way, what the fuck you telling me about somebody else's business? And then that person, whoever's trying to bring you somebody else's business, that's going to cause me to look at that person in the worst way. Oh, you be ready to run your mouth. Oh, you a messy motherfucker. That's how I had to look at fucking Veronica. It was like, bitch, what the fuck you bringing me people's business? I remember her telling me about a girl, Lauren, when we was like in high school. I did not like her then. I still do not like her now. I won't like her ever. So what the fuck you trying to tell me about her? And when she tried to do that shit, that's when I already knew that bitch was messy. She was like, you're my friend. I tolerate you. I used to tell people straight up to their face. If I'm telling you straight up to your face, I tolerate you. But I know, like, sometimes when I tell people certain things, the shit come off fucking hilarious. Because you'll be like, I would not ever expect this motherfucker to say that, but I said it. What the fuck you want me to do? I'm not going to take back what the fuck I said. If I said it, I said it. The fuck. But then most people be like, oh, you're just so funny. You know how many people tell me all the time, you're just so fucking funny. And I'll be fucking serious as fuck. If I'm telling you I don't fucking like you, I don't like you. You might take it as a joke, but it's no fucking joke. I don't fucking like you. What the fuck do you want? And then most of the time it used to be like to a point so bad that I will deal with a man just because I know that you're going to give it up. And they be like, what? Sir, I just know you're easy and you're going to give it up. And I don't feel like having to put in all the extra into the situation. So it seems like you're usable at this moment. And then you're okay with being used, and I ain't got to go ahead and do all the extra confusion. Now, if I'm sitting here start asking you questions, that means I'm interested. But then when you start fucking playing with my shit, now you're giving me grounds to go ahead and insult your motherfucking intelligence. And especially if I already observed you, 10 times out of 10, I already observed you before I even start fucking with you. But then too, depending on like what these last, I want to say about 8 to 9 months, the alert was the 2 Caribbean dudes. I was just sitting there like, it's a pattern. I was like, yeah, this is how it's going to go. But I knew at the same time, for my own safety, because I knew the police wasn't going to help me. I knew the sheriff wasn't going to help me. I knew the VA and none of these motherfuckers. I knew they all wasn't fucking cahoots, but I was like, what's up with the dudes? And when they started coming around and then they sent old boy back around, I was like, yeah, it's a fucking setup. So when all that came, I was just like, all right, well, let me pay attention. And then something told me to start looking up certain people. And when I couldn't look it up on my phone and I realized it was hacked again, I was like, yeah, it's money. All this situation is about fucking money and covering up. But then when he couldn't face me, it was something I asked, and he had like this look. His look gave it away. And I was just like, because I was more in tune with, you know, the little Spanish dude. I ain't gonna mention his name because it's not relevant at this point. But he did something. I was so in tune with him. That was my way and tool to know when something was fucking up. So I was just like, yeah, the family must have did something. It was just like, anytime that he did something with me and it was deposited, I just knew it was something else. And then it was just like, when I started asking about certain doctors and about my, at the VA and the psychiatrists and stuff like that, and they would shy away from who I was asking for. That's when I knew it was an even bigger scam from when I had went to the hospital and from the stuff from Puerto Rico. So I was just like, yeah, this is fucking money. They must have funneled some shit and they must have created accounts. Because my folks used, like I said, my folks on either end, they was very fucking notorious for running money, dropping bodies, and then how people move. I could tell when they trying to do a setup to drop somebody. So I was just like, y'all niggas must not know I'm very versed in this. I know when the police is involved. I know what kind of dirty cops, what they dress like, how they will behave, what's the movement. The only difference that we now have, now that we didn't have what in the early 2000s, was like Uber, Lyft, Shipt and shit like that. So me already knowing like, hey, the go-to when they really fucking want you and it's really big money and they trying to hold back from where they putting the money at, it could be down an apartment complex, it could be real estate, it could commissioners, Senate. Like I know when these motherfuckers involved. So that's why I was like, well, how everybody's choosing to move, you usually have to pay attention to the fucking females because they'll be super fucking nice whenever they know that they're fucking involved. They'll be too fucking nice. And then the ones that don't want you to get too caught on because they know that you know the behavior, they will try to keep their distance and they'll be like, oh, hi. And then they try to keep a distance and they can't hold eye contact. So I was just like, it's going to be what the fuck it's going to be. But I was just like, all right, well, in this instance, I was like, Sharita, whatever it is that you're doing is causing them to feel like you're fucking gullible to this shit. So I'm going to allow them to do what it is that they're going to do. Because I was like, at the end of the day, most of the part right now in this situation, they need me to make a move at this point. Because it's like the bitch knows too much. She knows fucking too much. So most of the time, it's them waiting on me to see like, okay, what move she going to make. And then now on the aspect of them trying to do hoodoo, voodoo, and all this other shit, the astrology, and it's like, the motherfucker is up to the astrology, the shamanhood, the Babalao shit. Yeah, I'm on y'all asses. So it's like, I give them a little something here and there. Do I give a shit? I really fucking don't. But it's just like, I would have appreciated at least a fucking apology would have been decent, even though I know it would be bullshit. Because, you know, when a person do fuck shit like this, they meant that shit. So anybody coming back to give you an apology, you know it's going to be fucking fake as fuck. Because a person who genuinely, you know, would give a shit and realize like, damn, I really fucked up. They gonna come in really genuine, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, buts about it. It ain't, oh, I'm finna pull the silent treatment. I'm gonna do the pull and tug shit. I'm gonna speak for them a little bit and then I'm gonna avoid conversation and then I'll choose when I'm gonna give them this and that. No, motherfucker, you meant to do what the fuck you did. Stand on business. Just give me my shit before I start talking to your ass with, and then already bad enough the fact that you know what I'm saying, you know the bold motherfuckers, and then you know the motherfuckers that ain't in them. It ain't in them. So I just be like, all right, let's just see how they gonna do with it. Cause it's like either way it goes, I don't give a fuck. But I was like, on this aspect, with all the shit that we playing with now, I was like, you gonna know who's gonna come in genuine, you know who ain't. And then with this being money and shit involved in it and property and shit, and then now you got real estate people, and then you got people coming in from different countries. I already know how this shit gonna play out. So it's just like, it's gonna be what the fuck it is. People gonna run their motherfucking mouth, but keep running that shit back there. Just don't bring that shit over here. Cause at that point, now you at the mercy of me, and whatever the fuck I say is gonna be what the fuck it's gonna be, and you ain't prepared. Cause I'm not for to argue with you. I said what the fuck I said. And most people don't know how to stand on that because guess what? They still struggle to accept themselves for the dumb shit that they did. These will be people that don't know how to do the work to come into full acceptance of who they are. Shit, if it's a man and God forbid he live a double life, bruh, those be the motherfuckers those be the easiest fucking takedown. Because the most that you're going to deal with is him being aggressive. I'm going to beat you. Motherfucker, you only going to beat her ass because you ain't going to beat his ass. Now, shut the fuck up. And then when it's the women, that shit there. Keep on, Cher. Come on, Charlene. Let's have fun. Wasn't your boyfriend going upside your head? Let me go make his ass mad real quick so he can go up upside your head tonight when your ass do this shit. Because I'm going to tell him that you was over there with another man. I'm listen, petty, the goddess of petty. Do you hear me? You would think that you came over there messing with fucking Bassett or Skenet off of fucking with me. What you said? Daddy Raw, let me holler at you real quick. Come here. You know Keisha over there that was messing with Nick? Mm-hmm. You know Nick the Marine that always motherfucking drinking and he be tagging her ass but still be, cheating with her and her sisters and them. Yeah. Go tell him. It be shit that it be too fucking easy and it's just like shit. Revenge is best served cold. Just choose what it is that you want to do. It be bitches that be like, oh, I didn't have that type of lifestyle. I'm pretty sure that if we go ahead and dig up your old videos of what you used to do back in 94 and 96 at Freaknik, then your ass will be sitting here. They still got VHSs, which they moved them over to them fucking DVDs when we had PlayStation 1. I'm pretty sure someone could find a fucking PlayStation 1 to play that DVD on what you used to do when you wanted to be on BET and try to be so trained face ass bitch. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, find you something better to do. Like, at any given time, like, I be bored, but then I don't be bored. Now, do you want to be the bane of my motherfucking entertainment? And being the bane of my entertainment, I swear to God, if you thought I was the laughing stock, bitch, you will be listening. It be the females that just don't be prepared like, honey, your marriage is already hanging on by a fucking thread. He's looking for his exit to run anyway, okay? And he's looking for a way to make sure he save his money. Now, depending on how fucking petty you've been, I will be sitting there, be willing to help that man to make sure that he get half. Fuck getting half. I will make sure that he gets everything. Because we can put you in a sticky ass situation that will make sure that man get everything. Are you sure you want to play with me or you want to just leave me the fuck alone? Because I suggest you, it's like saying my name is equivalent to saying Beetlejuice. Anytime Beetlejuice was called, he'd be like, I just need you to say it 3 times. And Beetlejuice always got, Sylvia and some bullshit. I'm just trying to help you out to save you from leaving everybody the fuck alone. Because everybody ain't fit to fucking play with you. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to get along, go along with it, or leave a motherfucker alone because your ass going to be like, what the fuck did I just get into? Well, now in this situation, a life sentence, because I'm going to be over there singing that song with you, life. Over there talking about jank line, who took your cornbread face ass bitch. Y'all better chill out. But anyways, let me get the fuck up off of here. I just finished with these dishes. I got shit to do. I ain't got shit to do. I actually want to go to sleep. But y'all go ahead and do y'all due diligence or what the fuck ever. And don't party too hard. Because, well, do something else fucked up. I think I want to fuck with somebody else's nerve today. I think I should strike somebody else's nerve. It's a fat bitch already over there Googling like, am I going to go to Dr. Miami? Bitch, you already botched in the motherfucker. Are you going to get some more lip injections with your lips looking lopsided? Let me quit being petty. Anyway, y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And stay the fuck out of people's lanes and mind your motherfucking business.